Right, I'm going to show you how to put in your Dreadfalls. Right, okay, so for this you're going to need clip-in hair fringe, mine's black. You will need, may sound odd, a shoelace, the ends of 2 socks. This, just cut them off at the ends, or you can buy them for like £2 off the internet, I think. About 4 bobbles, 6 bobbles, and a handful of hair grips. When I can get mine. Okay, right, so first thing you need to do is put your hair into 2 buns on the top of your head. Make sure they're about here. One like that. And make sure they're even and neat. Right, now take the end of one of your socks and put them over your bum. And make sure all the little bits of hair are inside. You end up looking like Mickey Mouse. Right, now what you do is at the back, if you've got any hair that's coming down like I do, I have these bits, take your hair grips and just pin back any of the hair that's loose. Otherwise you'll be able to see it and it won't look very good. Right, now, take your shoelace and wrap them around the buns. And then just tie. Make sure it's fairly tight but not tight enough to give you a headache. Again, check for any loose bits and put another hair grip. Okay, so now you should look a little bit like Mickey Mouse. What I do at this point is brush out your fringe. And like mine is just one of the clip-on ones, don't know if you can see that. And clip it in. And then brush it again. So now you really should look a little bit like Mickey Mouse. Okay. take another bobble, put it over this bit. It just gives it a little bit more strength and a bit more rigidity. Doesn't really matter what order you put this in, as long as you put these on first and then this, because then this allows you to set a basis length for how long you want your fringe, because obviously if it's further back the fringe is shorter and it looks a little bit weird. You'll also need a black headband, like an Alice band, and a bandana. Now, take your Dreadfall. Okay, mine is a waist length black Dreadfall. It's not homemade. I braided colours into it myself. So if you want the colours on top, obviously put the colours facing you. Take your two elastic parts and tie them around one of the buns. Make sure they're tied nice and tight. And then do the same with the other one. Again, making sure it's tied nice and tight. And then flip them over the back of your head. And at this point, they're a little bit uncomfortable, so you need to move them around until they're comfy, which literally takes seconds. And just get them so they're not taffled. What I like to do at this point is take my black headband and put it on. Use the headband just to make sure that the join between the fringe and the dreadlock isn't apparent or visible. And obviously because my dreadlocks are so long, they do pull quite a bit if you wear them for too long. Okay, make sure it's straight. And just pop it on. Okay, now, what I like to do with my dreads is push them back. Okay, and then just make sure they're all over the bun so you can't see the bun. Pull the bun up a little bit if necessary. And cross two of them over to the other side. What I like to do now is take the two that the four that I've just crossed over and tie them behind the back. This helps keep the dreadlocks in place. Bring some of the dreadlocks forward. Then take your bandana and put it in as normal. Brush out your fringe again if you need to. And then you're done. And Sometimes you do get a little bits of hair coming down, but I usually gel them or something. And that's how to put on your Dreadfalls. Obviously you can get different bandanas and things like that, and you can make your own with kits that you get offline and stuff, but I've never done that. So yeah, and then on top you shouldn't be able to see any of your hair or anything, so that was one worry that I had. But yeah, and that's how to put on your Dreadfalls.